Ever imagined a place so legendary its existence is doubted? Welcome to the Enigma of Troy. This ancient city, steeped in Greek mythology, has been a subject of debate and fascination for centuries. Mentioned in the Iliad, an epic poem attributed to the poet Homer, Troy was described as a grand city, besieged for 10 long years in one of the most famous wars in history. Yet despite its fame, the existence of Troy has been a subject of contention. Was it real or simply a figment of Homer's vivid imagination? This question has intrigued scholars, historians, and mystery lovers alike, prompting extensive research and exploration. In Greek mythology, Troy held a place of great importance. It was the stage for the legendary Trojan War, a place where gods and mortals intertwined, shaping the course of human history, at least according to the tales. So, was Troy just a figment of Homer's imagination or a real city? Let's delve into the annals of history. A city of gold, honor and war. This is how Homer's Iliad portrays Troy. A place of grandeur and glory, painted in the vibrant brushstrokes of epic poetry. The Iliad is a tale steeped in heroism, love, and the wrath of the gods. It's the stage for the legendary Trojan War, a 10-year siege that echoes through time. In the heart of this tale we find the city of Troy, a fortress brimming with riches, its high walls echoing with tales of valor. It's a city where heroes are born, where Achilles and Hector clashed in a dance of death, where the cunning Odysseus devised the famous Trojan horse, a symbol of deceit that would become the city's downfall. The Iliad describes Troy as a city gleaming with gold and bronze, its towers reaching to the heavens, a sight to behold. It was a city of such splendor that it drew the envy of the mighty Greek kingdoms who waged a relentless war to claim it. Yet as we delve deeper into the Iliad, we find ourselves entangled in a web of myth and reality. How much of this tale is literal truth and how much is embellished storytelling? The Iliad, after all, is a work of epic poetry, a genre known for its grand narratives and larger-than-life characters. It's a world where gods meddle in the affairs of mortals, where heroes possess strength beyond human capabilities. Skeptics argue that such a vivid depiction of Troy and the Trojan War may be more metaphor than history, a construct of poetic imagination rather than a factual account. They question whether a city as rich and powerful as Troy could have existed, whether the Trojan War was as grand as it's portrayed, or even if it happened at all. Yet, could such a vivid portrayal be entirely fictional? The search for the truth takes us to the late 19th century. An adventurer, a dreamer, Heinrich Schliemann, dared to seek the truth behind the legend. Our tale now turns to the late 19th century, to a man named Heinrich Schliemann. A German businessman and self-taught archaeologist, Schliemann was captivated by the epic tales of the Iliad, holding a firm belief in their literal truth. His fascination turned into obsession, leading him on a quest to find the lost city of Troy. He was not a man deterred by skepticism or ridicule, for he was driven by a conviction that was unyielding. His belief was not merely in the existence of Troy, but in the very fabric of the narrative spun by Homer. In the year 1868, Schliemann embarked on his journey to modern-day Turkey. He was guided not by maps or compasses, but by the Iliad itself. His compass was the words of Homer, his map, the landscapes depicted in the grand epic. In the region of Hisarlik, Schliemann orchestrated extensive excavations. In the layers of earth, he found remnants of civilizations stacked upon one another like pages in a history book. Among these layers, he claimed to have found the lost city of Troy. To prove his claim, he presented a hoard of gold and jewels, which he named Priam's treasure, after the legendary king of Troy. His findings stirred the world, causing a sensation among scholars and laymen alike. Could this really be the city of Priam, of Hector, of the legendary Trojan War? Yet his claims were met with controversies. Critics questioned his methods and his interpretations. Was this truly Troy, or was it another ancient settlement mistaken for the legendary city? Despite the controversies, there was no denying that Schliemann had unearthed an ancient world that had been forgotten for millennia. Schliemann's discovery was monumental, yet it was just the beginning. The mystery of Troy was far from resolved. As centuries passed, modern archaeology brought us closer to Troy than ever before. From Schliemann's time to the present day, the quest to unravel the mystery of Troy has been relentless. As we dug deeper, both literally and metaphorically, we unearthed a wealth of information that brought us closer to the truth. The archaeological site at Hisarlik, Turkey, a place Schliemann was convinced held the secrets of the ancient city, has proven to be a treasure trove of history. Here, archaeologists discovered not just one but 9 layers of ancient settlements stacked one atop the other, each representing a different period of history. One of these layers, known as Troy's Seventh, dates back to the late Bronze Age, the era when the Trojan War was believed to have taken place. The evidence found here is indeed intriguing. From fortification walls and gates that align with the Iliad's description of Troy, to signs of a violent end in the form of charred debris and human remains, each piece of evidence seems to tell a tale remarkably similar to Homer's epic. But what about the famed treasures of Troy, the gold and jewels that Schliemann claimed to have discovered? Modern archaeologists believe that these treasures actually belong to an even earlier period, Troy II, which existed thousands of years before the supposed time of the Trojan War. This revelation doesn't necessarily debunk the existence of Troy. Instead, it adds another layer of complexity to the puzzle. It suggests that Troy was not just a single city that flourished and fell, but a place of continuous human habitation, where civilizations rose and fell over the span of thousands of years. It's a fascinating journey, piecing together the fragments of history to form a clearer picture of what Troy might have been. The archaeological findings at Hisarlik certainly suggest that a city, matching the descriptions of Troy, existed at around the right time. While these findings are compelling, can we conclusively say we've found the lost city of Troy? The tale of Troy, a blend of myth and reality, continues to intrigue us. This ancient city, immortalized in Homer's Iliad, has been the subject of intense debate and speculation. Has this legendary city ever graced our Earth, or is it but a fanciful creation of poetic imagination? On one hand, we have the arguments that speak for the existence of Troy. The epic Iliad, in its rich and vivid detail, paints a picture of a city so tangible that it is hard to dismiss as mere fiction. Moreover, the archaeological endeavours led by Heinrich Schliemann in the late 19th century unearthed what he claimed to be the ruins of the fabled city. His discovery of a trove of golden artifacts, which he dubbed Priam's treasure, seemed to lend credence to his claim. Yet there are also compelling arguments against Troy's existence. Critics point out that Schliemann's methods were far from scientific, and his interpretations possibly biased by his obsession to find Troy. They argue that the Golden Hoard could have come from multiple archaeological layers, not necessarily from the time of the supposed Trojan War. Further, the Iliad itself, they say, is a work of poetry, not a historical document. Modern archaeology, however, has provided new perspectives. Excavations at Hisarlik, the site Schliemann believed to be Troy, have revealed a complex history of settlements spanning thousands of years. These findings have fueled the debate, with some scholars asserting that one of these layers could indeed represent the Troy of the Iliad. Yet the debate rages on, with historians and archaeologists divided. Is there enough evidence to definitively prove Troy's existence? Or are we chasing shadows of a city that only existed in epic poetry? Is the city of Troy a legend, a reality, or perhaps a bit of both? The quest for this ancient city continues, its mystery as captivating as ever. The city of Troy, a symbol of human ambition, courage and tragedy, lives on in our collective memory. This enigmatic city, immortalized in the verses of Homer's Iliad, has captivated our imagination for centuries. Its tale, an epic blend of fact and fiction, has been scrutinized, debated and studied, from the pioneering efforts of Heinrich Schliemann to the sophisticated techniques of modern archaeology. Despite the many discoveries and revelations, the mystery of Troy remains unresolved. Was it a grand city of legend, besieged by 1,000 ships? Or was it a mere figment of poetic imagination, crafted into a compelling narrative? The truth may forever be lost in the sands of time, yet the allure of the Troy legend endures, its story woven into the fabric of our cultural consciousness. Troy, real or not, will continue to inspire us, a testament to the power of stories that transcend time and space.